Hi guys, it's George here from Optics Warehouse and just giving you a quick update on the new products from HIKMICRO. So some of you may have seen online they are releasing a 2.0 version of both the Falcon and the Condor. Here today I'm doing a bit of a head-to-head, a bit of a comparison between the Gen 1s and then the new 2.0s. So just going to give you a quick overview first, talk through some of the differences before I show you some of the footage. So we'll start with the Falcons. So I'm just going to pop this down a moment. The Falcon, these are both 50s. Now, hopefully you can see that in the lens here. First major difference, there's an LRF on the 50 in a Falcon. None of the other Falcon 2.0 range has that LRF, it is just the 50. So specs sheets wise, the thing that makes the new 2.0 better is it's sub 15 millikelvin, so it is that little bit more sensitive. It's got the LRF, it has what they are calling a shutterless technology. It's essentially a digital filter that removes the stutter. So the shutter does still fire, but it removes the stutter from the image, so smoother viewing overall. The big thing with the new 2.0s is ergonomics. So it's all designed around one-handed operation. So if I turn this one here, this is the Gen 1. You can see focus there is at the front, power button, and your three major control buttons there. 4 buttons across the top. It can get a bit confusing at times. I know certainly in the field when I've been using one, I am looking up at this to try and figure out what I'm pressing. If I turn this on the 2.0 to the side, actually I'll go the other way, it'll be a bit easier for you guys. You've got dial here. This is now your focus. It's not at the front, so it's right where your index finger falls. It's also quite quick and sharp, so it's not a fine, always in focus, it's just turn, yep, image clear, good to go. And then you've only got 3 buttons across the top, a range find, a menu, a zoom. Really, really simple. And then power buttons along here on the side. So it's about the same shape and size. Oh, another big change, sorry, forgot to mention, is batteries. You are now going to a 21700. So I've got, there's your standard 18650. If I just take the battery out of this one. So for comparison, there's your 18650, there's your 21700. It's a lot bigger, a lot better, gives you longer battery life essentially. You're not going to be switching out batteries so much in the field, which is always a good thing because it means you're not making loads of noise, giving away your position. Just get that battery cap back in place there, and they have upgraded the caps. It's a magnetic one there that's held shut by the magnet and is near silent in operation, which is a lot nicer over this one. So that's the Falcon. Come to the Condor. Now I'm just going to move this over a little, make it a bit easier. So Condor Gen 1, much the same. The Falcon is sub 15 millikelvin, sub 20 millikelvin. The controls, again, focus up front, 4 batteries across, 4 buttons across the top. And again, in the field, anyone who's been using these things know you have to look up and find out what you're pressing. Similar thing here though on the Gen 2. Focus here, and because of that shape, it really is just, that focus really is just where your finger lands. And the other two, again, when you shift forward, really easy to tell what you're pressing. The buttons, don't know if you can see that, they are fully shaped. They're not just squares. You've got arrow shapes, different shapes. You can just orientate yourself at night with them far more quickly. Specs wise, again, it's the same as the Gen 2 here. LRF is down here, not in the lens. You've got, forgot to mention as well, on the new 2.0s, both Falcon and Condor, you've got 2 new colour palettes. That is a green monochrome and a red monochrome. I think the red monochrome is going to be particularly useful because in theory, you shouldn't be losing your native night vision. So when you're out at night, you shouldn't have that screen dazzled effect when using the red monochrome. In theory, I have yet to test that out just yet, but we soon will. They have changed the battery compartment on here. It's a lot more robust. It is a catch system here. Again, moved to the chunky 21700 battery. The cap has been improved. It's not a magnetic close, it is just on the rubber, but it's a lot firmer than previous HIKMICRO caps. They are now as well being supplied with a proper carry case. It's MOLLE compatible, silent open, you know, like a good binocular case. There is padding in there as well. It is going to absorb some shock, but I wouldn't want to throw it down a hill in one or anything like that. Wouldn't get daft. And then you've got some side pockets as well, extra batteries, that sort of thing. But overall, just a more complete package. So loads of quality of life improvements going to the new 2.0s. So what I'm going to do now, we're going to go up to our standard thermal testing range, the steel targets that you've seen on some previous videos, and I'm going to get footage of Gen 1 and Gen 2, have them together so you guys can compare and see for yourselves what you think is the best. So as you can see, having them both next to each other, the Gen 2 for one is bigger, it's got a better aspect ratio, so if you are going to be sharing videos or recording stuff, something to consider. The image is just so much bolder, your targets, whatever it is, stand out so much more compared to the background, and I'd argue a bit more detail on that background as well. You're getting more information, especially if you look at those trees there, you're getting more definition in them. I'd argue the focus is finer on the Gen 1s, and that's for the Falcon and the Condor, having the bigger wheel to do it with, but it's still nice and natural and easy with the Gen 2. Again, just such a bolder image. But yeah, I'll let you guys just see this now. There's not much more to say. Let you make your own minds up. So we've just come back down here. The reason I'm not talking up at the range is, you might have heard on the audio for these, it is a bit windy. That's why we're doing the talking bits down here. But as you can see, that's the footage from both. The footage, Gen 1s are still really good, capable units, but it's just that little bit bolder. Maybe just like slightly better recognition with the newer units, just on those very, very fine details. But again, you can see the footage, judge for yourselves. If you want to find out more, please get in contact, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.